Hey, you guys. It's Thursday night, January 15th, 2015. Happy birthday, Leslie. That is my niece, who's 29 today. I remember whenever you were born, we went to the hospital and... Anyway, that's the aunt in me. What did I say so far? I don't know. I am so struggling tonight. So let me just say, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 34. I'm home, and nothing is moving behind me. At least I hope not. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design on Facebook and Etsy. And I am Doris M. Smith, all squished together on Instagram. I love Instagram. So, just so you know. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group. And this week, or as in the last 2 weeks, because I didn't share last week, we have 7 new members, and I'm just going to, shout them out. We have Nick's Knits, who is Nicholas from Princeton, New Jersey. We have RTN 1946, who is Tammy from Fredericton, Ohio. We have Lady in TN, who is Deborah from Tennessee. And I guess that would be the TN means Tennessee. Sorry, I'm correcting something I found. Okay. Sorry. And we have Nelsor, who is Rita from Burlington, Washington. We have Britter the Knitter. I love that name, by the way, Brittany, who is from Clay, West Virginia. We have Doxy Dogs, and I don't have her real name. She is from North Carolina. Hello, I was just there this past weekend. She has a blog, which is knitscooksandcrochets.blogspot.com. And finally, but not the least, last but not least, is Linda Dawn 64, who is Linda from the UK, and she also has a blog, which is myrtlescraftstudio.blogspot.co.uk. I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining the group. Enjoy yourselves, make yourselves at home. If you have questions or just want to start a little cool game or something or thread, just go ahead. Nothing offensive, Anyway, on YouTube, this week, we have 184 subscribers. Woo! Thank you so much, YouTube subscribers, for watching, for commenting, and for thumbsing it up. So, if you are new to this podcast, the first time seeing, thank you for coming. Grab your knitting and your drink of choice. It's not my drink of choice, but it's what I'm drinking. Water. And relax and enjoy. Hopefully you'll find something entertaining and educational or... Okay, not educational because I'm not an expert. I just enjoy doing these little podcasts. I enjoy knitting. I enjoy crafting. So I thought I'd put a podcast out. So, and those of you who keep coming back, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support. I really do. It means a lot. And those of you who share the video and all of that, so awesome. And I thank you so much. I know we're just a little group, but I love doing this. I love communicating with you all. So awesome. Anyway, in this group, we also have a January-February knit-along. So the rules for this knit-along are you must be a group You must be a group. You must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. You need to knit or crochet any adult pattern for a mitten. 2 entries per person. Start today, January 15th or after, and finish by February 15th. You must have fun. The prize for this project or mitt along is a $6 or less giftable pattern from Ravelry. And I just want to say in advance, thank you so much for participating. So we're on to enhancements and stories, and I'll just start with my enhancement. And before I do that, let me just say I am so sorry for the video last week. A couple days after I put it up, I realized that there was like stuff happening in the background. I forgot last week when I filmed that I was going on a trip and that I wouldn't be available to film. So I said, you know what? I'm going to film and I'm going to upload a video. So I thought I would do just a short one. We went to the Big Rock Sports Show in Raleigh, North Carolina. Ted has a bait and tackle shop, and we go every year so that we can get product for him to open his shop in the spring. So we went, and I was like, you know what? I told him I would have a video up. I'm going to have a video up. So I filmed it on my iPhone because we got to the one thing I do when I'm traveling, and I'm rambling and I'm sorry, is the first thing I do when I get in a hotel is I get the Wi-Fi passcode. It's so important to have Wi-Fi. You know what I mean. Well, geeks know what I mean. But well, I got in there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna film, so I need the Wi-Fi, and I had to buy it for $13.99. I bought Wi-Fi for the high-speed one so that I can upload. Okay. And I put it on my phone. I was planning on doing it on my iPad, but I couldn't figure out how to add a device to the Wi-Fi that I already... So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it on the iPhone. So I had my iPhone, but I will never, if I can help it, film like this looking down because of all of this stuff. I'm looking down and all my... you know what I mean. I will never film like that, or I'll try not to. The one time that I had to, I hated it. So, in hotels, they have ice buckets and glasses sitting over here. So I maneuvered. I put the 2 glasses down. I put the ice bucket on top, and I put my phone like this to film. Okay, so I thought everything was fine. And, even after I did it and I uploaded it, I did not see the stuff moving in the background. Every time I would move, the camera would focus on me, and the stuff in the background looked like it was moving. I'm so sorry. The first time I really noticed it, I'm like, oh, this is kind of making me seasick. Sorry, you guys. I didn't realize that was happening. I guess I need to sit back further the next time. That's lessons learned. But anyway, I wanted to apologize for that craziness. And tell you a little bit. We left Wednesday night after both Melissa and I. So Melissa and I and Ted went. Melissa is Ted's daughter. We left Wednesday night. We drove and drove and drove and drove. We took turns driving. And we ended up spending the early morning hours in a hotel between Nashville and Knoxville, Tennessee. It was 3 o'clock in the morning when we got there. We got up at 8 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever. And took off from there to North Carolina. There's a few pictures on Instagram, because we went through a few tunnels that were kind of cool. Excuse me. So we got there. I filmed my podcast. I uploaded the podcast. And then it was all fishing products. Really good food, though. We went to a barbecue place there by the convention center. I don't know the name, but it was delicious. And there's a picture on Instagram of our supper. My supper one night. And there's also a posting of some fishing poles and stuff. And I was like, where are the knitting needles? I need them now. No, I didn't say that, but I was thinking that. So it was a full week. It was enjoyable. But driving home Sunday, driving, stopping for supper and driving. It was my leg from Kentucky, and then halfway through Kentucky, it started raining. And raining, I wasn't sure what the temperature was, if it was below freezing or not, so it just slowed everything down. So a normal 13-hour drive took 15 hours. We started at 7. We got home at 8:30, something like that. Exhausted and stressed because of all that rain driving. I had to turn the wheel back over to Melissa when we got into Illinois, I think, because I just was so stressed and so outdone. I knew that she could drive better, so I said, please. So she finished the drive. So Monday I took the day off and I was exhausted, but I was very happy to see Christopher, the grandson, and spend the time with him. So, and doing laundry and the stuff that needed to be done. I did not get rested. And as you could tell with my eyes, I'm tired. I'm still tired. So, whatever. It is what it is. So, that is my story of the week, and I hope I didn't turn anybody away by that terrible story. But anyway, and like I said, I apologize for the poor quality of the video last week. Hopefully this week will be better. There won't be too much whining. My stash enhancement, though, is I bought the foraging mitten pattern from a homespun house. I'm looking forward to casting that on. I have to figure out the pattern, though, but I figure out the pattern rows, the 24 stitches. It is a little bit confusing to me, so I figure I would cast on the 24 stitches, figure out the pattern, and then cast on the mitt. And I haven't had time yet to do it. Sorry. I'm a little weird tonight because I'm really tired. So I have some finished objects. And it's going to be a combination of last week's and this week's, and I apologize for that if that bothers you, but I figured last week people may have started seeing stuff moving behind them and decided to turn it off. So I'm re-showing some of the stuff. So I might as well get that first thing over with. If you didn't see last week, if this is the first time watching, this is my first hand spun. This is a hand spun cowl that I designed myself out of some hand spun from fiber I purchased from Yarn Geek Fibers, and there is a link to her shop in my show notes. Her stuff is awesome. I love it. I knit this. It's my own design. I knit it on 9-inch circulars, 9-inch US 9s, not 9-inch circulars. US 9s, 5.5 millimeter, Addy Turbos, 40-inch circulars, did magic loop with my hand spun yarn. The colorway is called Toe Shoes, and it is pinks and purples and lights, and my yarn is thick and thin, So I knew from listening to the Knit Girls that I need a drink of water. I'm sorry. I'm dry. I knew from watching the Knit Girls that when using hand spun that is like not perfect, to find a pattern with texture, it will work better. So I couldn't find a cow. I wanted to make a cow out of this hand spun, and I couldn't find a pattern. I cast on like 2 or 3 times and it didn't look right. It wasn't what I wanted. So I was like, you know what? I like garter. So, and I could figure out a textured pattern. So I just like designed my own. And I probably am going to I need to make some modifications to this pattern. And I'll probably like write it up and put it on my Etsy store. Because it's like a nice, simple pattern for hand spun yarn, or just because. But let me just tell you something I learned from this. When I knit this, when I finished it, the cowl was like up like this, and it wasn't laying like I wanted. I'm like, oh, I was so disappointed. But then, being as it's 100% wool, I blocked it. I stretched it out and blocked it as best I could. And I got this lovely, lovely cowl that hangs so nice. And the thing about, well, I'm not going to share my pattern. I'm not going to share my pattern. But it's an inside out. You can wear it any way. It looks wonderful. And I just love it. And I have worn it. I don't remember when I completed it. There is a Ravelry page. I've worn it almost like 1 or 2 days that I didn't wear it since I made it. I love this thing, and I wore it today. So that's a finished object. Also, the Simple Rib Hat, which is a Pearl Bee pattern on Ravelry, and it is a free pattern. And the pattern, I looked it up last night so I can be sure I was giving it justice when I was writing my show notes. It is under, no, that's not true. I looked up the pattern on Ravelry to remember how to do this little tassel thing. So it is actually under the name the Thank You Hats on Ravelry. And there's 2 different patterns. They are free. But I have knit this hat a lot, and I love the pattern. This is the first time, actually, that I put this little tassel on, though. So let me tell you about this hat. It is called the Simple Rib Hat from the Thank You Hats patterns. I knit it on, or the pattern calls for US 8s. 16-inch circulars, and that's what I knitted on. I'm trying out those 16 inches. The only thing I don't like about knitting with a 16-inch circular is that you have to change to double points for this decrease. I have some 8mm or 8 US 8s 5mm in the clover double points, and I just used those when I had to change. But I really like the magic loop because you don't have to change. But anyway, I love this hat, love this pattern. The yarn is Red Heart with Love. The color is Peacock, and that's a finished object. I know the lighting is not the greatest, but you get the idea. It's a free pattern. It's an enjoyable hat. So go over and get the pattern and knit a hat. So my whips, I only have 2. And I'll pull them over here. 2 knitting whips. For some reason my mouth is really dry today. So, vanilla socks. In my Made by Faye, not bag. Made by Faye, who is Fernanda, who is Made by Faye on the Ravelry, who also has a podcast, which is Spin a Yarn Monday on YouTube. So I got this bag from her birthday thing that she did, giving gifts. So I love the bag. And in the bag, I have a hoe. My vanilla socks that I started on Opal Yarn. Okay, I made them short with a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I knit them on my 2.75 millimeter US 2s carbones. The sock is opal, the yarn is opal cotton sock yarn. The color is 1954. And they're too big. I tried them on. Well, actually, I showed it to Melissa. Oh, darn, my computer dead. Sorry. I know you're still there, but I can't see you, so. Okay. Hi! Let me do something so we don't have to go through this again. So, while it's coming up, I'll show you. Here is the sock. I love it, but it is too big for me. So, Melissa called them. Her birthday is February 9th, and I said, okay, this can be your birthday gift. And the first pair of socks I knit out of Opal yarn, I knit them to try. I was just doing a short sock to try the Fish Lips. See this camera, the Fish Lips Kiss heel. So they were short, but they were big, and so they fit her, and she loves them, and she wears them, and she says they make her feet warm. And so when I put these on, I showed her I finished them, and I put them on. Those are too big for you. They were. So she said, I'll take them. They fit me. She tried them on. They fit her perfect. So they're going to be her birthday socks, her birthday gift. And she is knit worthy because she loves them. She was the one who got the hand spun orange waffle hat, and she wears it all the time, and she loves it. But she got it in November for Christmas. If you don't watch my podcast, go back a few and you'll hear the story. So anyway, last time I showed this, I hadn't done anything but cast on. While we were sitting in the hotel, I did get some stuff done on the second one. So on the first one, you can see that the cuff is purple and the toes are purple. Cute. I don't know how this one's going to turn out. I hadn't planned on it being matchy-matchy. So we'll just see. It's no big deal. She wears socks that are mismatched all the time anyway, so here we go. That is my sock, my first sock of the year, of 2015. I was hoping they would be mine. But as fate would have it, they're not mine. My second work in progress is the Age of Brass and Steam kerchief. Sorry. There's a story behind this one too. There's always a story, right? My podcast should be, there's always a story. That's what makes things interesting. So I started an Age of Brass and Steam because I was looking through my stash. I don't remember what I was looking for, but I've come across this yarn. And I'm like, Age of Brass and Steam. Is that lovely or what? It's blues and greens and purple. It is Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable, and the color is Dragonfly. The colors aren't perfect, coming out perfect, but there is purple, there is green, there is a couple of different shades of blue. We'll bring up the project now so you can kind of see how it's knitting up. And I had a knot just beginning. There was a knot in the yarn. I figured it's mine. I'll weave it in and be done with it. But the lighting is not good. But we're just going to roll with it. So there's green and blue, and this here is like a light purple. There's another light purple right there. There's a light blue, a green, a lot of green. I can't wait for it to be done. However, there's a story, like I said. I have made a mistake somewhere. There is, well, number one, at this point, I forgot to do the make one right, make one left on this part. I was going to just tink back, but I figure it's going to be easier to put in a lifeline and rip back past this eyelet section and go at it again. I haven't had time to do that yet. Hopefully it'll be something that I can do this weekend. You know, when you're doing something and, you know, there's a little more attention intensive, you have to pay attention. It's really hard to do it. I didn't take this. I wanted to take it with me on the trip, but because I have to tink back or do whatever, I left it at home. And so nothing's been done with it. And I want it to be done. So, like I said, hopefully this weekend I will be able to get that done and start on my foraging mittens and, you know. You always hope that you get stuff done on the weekend. And another thing, American Idol has started. Okay, I'm an American Idol fan. I love American Idol and I want to watch it. It's 6 o'clock now. Okay. So I have some spinning in progress. I am spinning the Happy Fuzzy yarn, 4 ounces, 100% BFL in the colorway Sea Monster, and I got a little bit more done. Try to show you the bobbin. It's greens and yellows. There's a little bit of white, lighter white, and then there's this like little like spot of blood red every once in a while. So I love the color. I'm excited to see how it's going to turn out after it's plied. But there it is. I know you can't really see it good with this stuff like that. Let me do that. It's really interesting to go from spinning some rustic or more natural, like the alpaca was like rustic. It wasn't like a top, like well prepared, to a well prepared, beautiful braid. It's different and it takes a little bit of adjusting, but I think it's turning out. It's still a little bit thick and thin, but it's turning out okay. I like it. I'm happy with it. So that is my spinning. So we're going to go into Pinterest finds and stumble upon finds. So if you're not interested in anything else besides knitting, I'll see you next week. Thank you for staying if you stayed. I have a couple fun and educational, I don't know why I say educational, but helpful things that I got. The first one is Pinterest. And it is still opened on my iPad. 34 ingenious ways to declutter your entire life. Don't we all need to be decluttered? So I'm just going to kind of... I read through them and I just think they're all just really cool hints. So I'm just going to go through them all. I hope that you will enjoy that. The first one is when buying electronics, you can download the manuals and store them in the cloud. So you don't have to like have the book. You can store the manuals without having the clutter of all of those manuals in a drawer somewhere that you never look at. They'll be in the cloud and you can delete them when you're done with them. Okay. Enlist the rule of 5 every time you clean. It says whenever you're cleaning a room, get rid of at least 5 things, whether it's a piece of trash, an old magazine, or just something you haven't used in ages. Number 3, it says Velcro your remotes on the side of your coffee table or TV, and there's the picture. Velcro them. Save space. Hang your handbags on shower curtain rods. It takes up less space than a hanger. Utilize your under desk space, and there's a picture. Make the kids stuffed animal pens. Make the kids a stuffed animal pen with bungee cords. And this, they have like a bookshelf with bungee cords, and you can stuff the stuffed animals in there. When cleaning the bedroom, always make the bed first, which is kind of funny because that's what I do. It just like makes everything go in order. You make the bed, even before, I usually start with the bathroom and come out, but before I even clean the bathroom, I make the bed. I don't know. But it says that it serves as a mission control center for organizing and folding. Number 2, you'll be less likely to climb into bed and take a nap in the middle of your cleaning session. And the messy stuff will look weird and out of place once the bed is neat. There you go. On a super hot day, clean out your fridge and freezer. It'll seem more like a treat than a chore because it's cool, you know. Anyway, limit your closets to 40 hangers. I don't think I can do that. But I'm sharing it with you, but I don't think I could do that. Another thing, or so the number 10 is follow the chart, which gives helpful hints. If it's torn, broken, or stained, get rid of it. If it fits, if it doesn't fit, get rid of it. So there's like, anyway, go to it and find it. Okay. Number 11, simplify it in one question. Cut down your closet to 25% by asking yourself this one question. If I were shopping right this second, would I buy this? If the answer is no, out it goes. Corral your cords with socks. You can see that. Use a compartmentalized boxes for small things that you need to keep organized, like batteries. Declutter Facebook feed, and there's like, I don't know. I don't need to declutter mine. Okay. Fold your bed sheets up and stuff them in matching pillowcases, and I do this already. It's easier. You don't have to like pick up a stack and maybe drop it. You just pick up the pillowcase and bring it. Okay. The next one, number 16, is employ the crap basket system for your family. They've got a picture of baskets along the stairs. What you do is each person gets a basket in your family. And as you're picking up stuff throughout the day through the house. You stick it in the basket. That person is responsible for taking that stuff back up to their room. I think that's a good idea. Number 17, hang your mail holder on the side of a table or on a under a kitchen counter. Less space. Also, they say number 18, open your mail next to a recycling bin so that you can immediately purge unwanted junk mail. Number 19, hang your lesser used cords on command hooks on the inside of cupboards. And there's a picture. 20, for the garage or back door, hang a basket so you can wrap the hose around it and you can put the sprinkler on the inside of the basket. Run a power strip through the back of your nightstand so that you can charge your gadgets out of sight. Da-da-da-da. When you buy a new shirt, donate 2 from your closet. Put your cosmetics in palettes. Well, and there's a picture. I don't wear makeup, so I don't know what a palette is, but there's a link to it. If you find this on Pinterest, you can link it. And I'm going to start figuring out how to link my Pinterest finds and my Stumble finds in my blog. That is one of my goals for 15 or for the next couple of weeks to link it so that you can just go and click and you can get it and make it easier. So it says use pegboard and zip ties beneath your desk to keep your wires neat. And there's a picture. You can see the declutter under the desk. Keep your discount cards virtually on your phone with a keyring app. And it says find a way to get rid of old books. You can donate the books to the library, give them to friends and family, sell your old textbooks for extra cash. Number 27, keep your cleaning supplies in a mobile bucket caddy. I keep all of mine in a bucket under my kitchen sink. I'm doing something right. Use hooks and not towel bars because they show a picture. This is how the bars would be. This is how the hook would be. Number 29. We're almost done, folks. Wrap the cords around your unused appliances and secure them with Velcro. I think that's an awesome idea. Number 30. We're almost done. Get rid of your board game and puzzle boxes and keep them in bins instead. Identify your clutter traps, then divide and conquer. Number 31. And there's a picture before and after. There's the clutter, there's the after. Number 32. Use your iPhone or iPad as a pocket scanner with Genius Scan. I'm going to have to look that app up. So you can scan your recipes, parking spots. You can scan and then you can keep it in your documents. That's kind of cool. Number 33. Limit your dish sets to 2 or 3 more than required for place settings. And finally, spread your minimalist lifestyle by only giving gifts that people can use. There you go. That is Pinterest. 34 ingenious ways to declutter your entire life. And it is by BuzzFeed Life. So the Stumble is kind of a fun thing. I thought it was fun. It is 21 weird and useless inventions you need in your life right now. And it is by bestofgadgets.com. I thought this was kind of funny. It has some things you think, I may need that. 21 weird and useless inventions you need in your life right now. The first one are trongs. which are finger food utensils. A USB pen. I guess the USB part would be like a what do you call it? A flash drive. Wall spike hangers. I don't know that I need that right now. Air conditioned shoes. A baby stroller scooter. You could take the baby for a walk and get on a scooter. You'll go fast. This is very cute. It is a car pet compartment. Is that funny or what? In the front, you can have an extra space and put a little dog, a pet compartment. A cardboard bicycle. No, I don't think that would work for me. A doggy bajarn. I don't know how you say it. Like a baby carrier, but for a dog. Let me turn this sideways so you can get a better picture of it. Would you want that or not? My dog's too big for that. And this one is just funny. It is a duck-billed muzzle. I'm sorry. That is funny. They have different sizes. It is so funny. To me, that is funny. Sorry if I offended anybody. There's a heat alert dog collar, which I think is a really cool idea. It sends an alert to your phone when your dog is in danger of getting too hot. 12. Light fueled by dog waste. I didn't know there was such a thing. There's not showing anything, but they're showing him depositing the dog waste. A light up leash. Light up slippers so you don't bump your toes in the middle of the night. And you don't, interrupt anybody else. This is kind of cool. This is I don't know if I can say it, obelisk patio set. Let me see. I'll turn it this way. This might be a better picture. But it comes it's like this. Oh, like this. And then it comes apart and you've got 4 chairs and a table. Is that kind of cool? That's kind of like decluttering when you're not using it. It's not taking up so much space. This is adorable. Oh, come on now. Don't do me this way. It is a pet and owner rocking chair. See the kitty cat underneath? So cute. And there is a pet video chat. A puppy raincoat. And for those of you who like to sing in the shower, a shower microphone. It's actually just a sponge. That's funny. And there's, technical difficulty. This is called, number 20, a Swiss Army bathroom compartment. A light, a fan, a sink. I think there's a shower in there too. If you click on these, there's a link to tell you. There's a toilet, a sink, and there might even be a shower. That is kind of cool. You could put it in a closet. Lastly, is a toilet paper holder iPod deck. What you think about that? Okay. that is all I have for this week. Go down there. There's a button right over there. That's the red button that says subscribe. Push that button. You'll get notifications when I have a new podcast up. Hit this little thing that's a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And leave a comment below. Say hello. Give me hints on any of my projects or whatever. And I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.